Today, we're going to talk about the crew. As you may be aware, if you look through some of my videos, I have not made a crew video in a very long time. That's for a few reasons. I definitely overplayed it when it first came out. I've pretty much explored the whole map, and I don't really see anything on that game that I can do that I have not already done. And we're coming round to the third year of this game being sort of alive, and it kind of leaves this question in the air: what is the future of the crew? Now, it's sad because I don't go on the crew, but I really want to get back into it. It's one of those games that, like, I really want to play, but I just can't force myself. The crew, like, when it first came out, I remember being so hyped up for it. I remember when it first came out, I loved it, and then I kind of had a love-hate relationship, you know, kind of a year after launch, and I'm still kind of in that love-hate relationship right now. The physics, although they've changed a lot, they're not awfully amazing. They're not awfully amazing, but they're not awfully bad either. The PvP can be frustrating at times, and all of the DLC which has come out recently in terms of the Calling All Units expansion just was subpar. Now, if you watch Drivecast, you'll know that a lot of our opinions are very similar in terms of a lot of people want to see a new crew game. Now, for me, I don't think this is going to be possible. The original The Crew took so long to develop, probably because the map was so big, and obviously because they were an indie developer before Ubisoft picked them up. But that's kind of the point, is it would take ages for them to make a Crew 2. So what is in store for Ivory Tower and Ubisoft and the Crew franchise? Is it gonna die off? Is this gonna be the last game we see from them? You know, are we gonna see you know, another game, maybe set in like Europe, I don't know where, maybe one country like Paris or the UK? Are we gonna see another expansion around E3 Gamescom time? Questions are left up in the air, and I'm just going to talk about what I would personally want. The Crew is an MMO. That is how it is. It's pretty obvious at this point that that is how the game is made to be built as such. They said, you know, when the game first came out, they're going to be supporting it for years to come, and in all fairness, they're doing that very well. But this leads me on to the next thing. There's certain things they can't change without making a whole new game. There's certain elements of the game they can't tweak unless they, you know, reboot the game as a whole. What are they going to do for another expansion? They've done the kind of Horizon Festival, they've done the Cops and Robbers. What is there left besides the obvious map expansion that is going to keep this game alive? It's sad. No, it really is sad, because it's one of those things for me. I love Ivory Tower. I love what they're doing. They're one of my favorite racing game developers of recent. You know, just the fan interaction they have and the way they go around themselves. They're an amazing developer. And The Crew is a really good game. But it's time for change. Again, it's a very weird scenario they've put themselves in, because, you know, if they make a new game, everyone's gonna have the expectation of it being Europe or like bloody China, the whole of fucking China. That's what people are gonna expect, and you know that they're not gonna be able to do that, you know, in 3 years. Like, The Crew took at least, I think, like 5 or 6 years to develop. So, you know, yes, they have assets, but if you're going to a different continent or country, then, like, it's just a lot harder, because you still have to recreate all the assets. You know, you still got to recreate how the fucking lampposts look, and like the houses there, and, you know, the road and stuff. There's lots of things they'd need to retexture, and obviously if another game was to come out, it's probably going to get a graphics upgrade as well, so that means retexturing all of the stuff that probably wouldn't. It just leads to a whole bunch of problems. Anyway, back to what I want to see from Ivory Tower. So you can go either way, of doing another expansion or making another game. For me personally, I would like to see one more expansion. Something which is really going to extend Endgame. Something which, when you put it in, it gives the game, that one expansion alone will give the game unlimited playability. Now, this could be like a test drive casino type thing. That will be really cool, where you could maybe earn, you know, crew credits, and you know, by doing, you know, the Russian roulette type deal. Or you could use slot machines, and maybe, you know, you can have the whole slot machine thing going on. A casino would be a really cool idea. Or better yet, you could even have it like as some type of like underground kind of illegal, like, you know, casino thing, because obviously The Crew is an illegal street racing game. So maybe something like that would be pretty cool, because then that also opens them up to wagers and pink slips, and that kind of thing is pretty cool. Maybe not so much pink slips, because that would be very hard to do in The Crew, but wagers for sure is definitely something which could come into The Crew. Part of me would like to see a map expansion, but thinking about how much development time that would be needed and how much money would need to be behind that I don't think that's possible, purely based on the fact that that would take too long and that would be way too cost intrusive. I think if they were to add a casino game mode, or just a casino type of DLC as a whole, like they did in Test Drive 2 or Test Drive 1 or whatever it was, that would be the icing on the cake, and I think that'll be the best way to kind of leave this game going out onto the next one. I feel like it's a weird one. I want to play The Crew, but I've overplayed it at this point, and I need to be given a reason to go back on and play it again. You know, where even if that's little things, like maybe letting me go through the campaign again, you know, like manually. That would be really cool, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I think of The Crew. I'm not sure what the future holds for The Crew. The only time we're going to find out is E3 time. So let's hope they don't go silent on us. Let's hope they actually tell us what's going on, because, you know, sometimes when you go silent, it's good. It builds up excitement. It, you know, lets you know what's going on. But when The Crew is at the end of its life cycle, they need to tell us what's going on as, you know, the community. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see until, you know, E3 or Gamescom time comes around. But anyway, that's been it from me. What do you guys think of The Crew's future? Let me know down in the comment section down below. But that's been it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome day, safe, and peace.